visible to a lot of people?
I think that there's a couple of things I would do. One, I would consider starting a Facebook group for the community around the culture of these products. And so just starting a Facebook group just to talk, just to like people staying in touch. I think that, like I've been talking about it all week and last week, story time, like just a video of you of how this even happened is a good comic book #1 first album. I would put out that content. You could absolutely post right now on your Instagram or anywhere else you have a community, or email and say, hey, does anybody want to come on and do a video with me, a live stream where I can answer questions about it? Now it is about you. You don't have the flowers. You don't have the product. You're going to have to make it about you, your family's journey, from Pakistan to the States, put on extended family allows you to put on all of them. Like, this is the time to do story time and a video of how you think about it, like what happened, the process. People love the process, just like a story. When I sit down, I don't know why, but if I'll look at the bride's photo or read the email, I just immediately see a vision and I start working. And, it's time. It's about you now. Like the same way that we fell in love in America about Vera Wang and her story and her starting it at 40 and coming up the ranks. And we need to, this little subset needs to fall in love with you.
Okay. So what do you think about talking to other wedding vendors and kind of talking about what's going on now and like the best course of action for brides?
100%. Yeah. If you want to level up and be the dinner host of a macro wedding conversation, and by DMing 100 people a day, biz deving that way, I think that's incredible.
Yeah, definitely. I just want to shout out to all the other brown moms who are entrepreneurs, because I'm finding them like crazy and I'm supporting them and I'm tagging them and I'm sharing their stories. And I'm so proud to see so many women coming,
Amara,
coming up and just coming over stereotypes. I love it. It's so amazing.
Unlimited, so many of the subcultures of brown, culture are so entrepreneurial by nature. And the internet has allowed mom to thrive in a way that, mom couldn't in 1974. And this is why I keep going back to gratitude, the fucking internet. Like, come on. Imagine Corona with pre-internet. Like, we get sick of television, music, and video games pretty quickly in 1987. So, what a blessing.
Yeah, we can definitely still connect with each other. And our parents and grandparents didn't have that opportunity during times of stress.
You know what's another thing back to immigrant culture? So many people are connecting with their loved ones now on Zoom and Google Hangouts because, that 60, 70, 80, 90-year-old set is being forced to learn some technologies that they've pushed against, and they're loving it. And so that's been a great gift. That's been a great gift. The amount of people that are going to interact with their grandma back home in the old country 100 times more over the next 3 years before she passes, that would have never happened on Corona because it was a once every 6 months phone call, and now it's a once a week Zoom on Friday nights. It's a blessing. There's so many blessings that are coming.
My grandfather used to send audio cassettes to my desk. Like, that's old school. Like, he used to record an audio cassette because they didn't have a phone. So,
when my parents came to America, their relatives,
how we can connect and we can FaceTime.
They wrote letters. It took letters that took 3 months to get here. Anyway. Yeah. All right, Amara, proud of you. Talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, Gary.
Bye-bye. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, let's see who's Anthony Fernandez in the building again. Good to see that, man. If you're watching on Facebook right now, for the 4,000 plus, please hit the share button and let's get some of your friends and family onto this show. There's some gifts and jewels being dropped. Let's keep this going. Hey, Lindsay.
Hi, Gary. How are you?
I'm well, and you?
I'm doing good, hanging in there. How's
Where
your
are you from?
Doing? I'm from the Jersey Shore, so kind of close to you. Yeah. So I wanted to tell you how I actually found you. You showed up on my Instagram Explore maybe over the summer, and it was when you were doing yard sailing. So that's kind of like my business. That's what I started out doing. I grew up from a teen mom, so I lived with my grandparents and my mom. We we were good. Things were covered, but like at the end of the month, there wasn't always a lot left over. So we were always like always out like at the flea markets or just trying to make things work. I wouldn't say I was like entrepreneurial. And then I went to college for advertising. And then it was like my senior year, we were leaving, and I noticed people were throwing furniture away on the curb at the end of the year. And I was like, my neighbor who had a pickup truck, I just grabbed all the furniture, I brought it home, and I sold it on Craigslist. And like some of it I painted, some of it I sold it as is. And then I was like, this is insane.
And so
yeah, so I worked in corporate America for 10 years, but like painting furniture and reselling it on Craigslist. And now Facebook Marketplace was always like my side hustle.
Your side hustle.
Yeah. And then 3 years ago, I had my son, and I was like, oh man, I don't want to leave and go to work and then come home and be miserable. So I'm just going to like go full force into my business. Okay. So I did. Yeah. So it kind of went from like painting furniture and just posting it on Craigslist to like, you know, kind of getting a little bit of notoriety in my town. And then I was taking on commission work. And then I was looking for places to get like stuff to put on my furniture to take pictures. So then I kind of got into antiques, and it kind of like spiraled. And then I was like, maybe I should open a brick and mortar store. But then I was like, I don't know. It's a big commitment. So then I found an antique mall actually in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. So I pay them rent, and I have a booth there. And I was like, yes, this is so smart and strategic. I've been biding my time. I'm only paying like $550 a month on my rent. I don't have to be there. I don't have to worry about sales. I can just get my stuff, bring it there, do the stuff I love, which is hunting for the stuff and being creative. And then coronavirus happened and my store closed, and I still have to come up with my rent. And I'm like, I can't go to the flea markets. I can't go to anywhere. And we're kind of just like stuck in the house. And I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? Yeah. And like my art and like, and I know you get it because I saw it in your face when you were like going to flea markets. Like, it's like the thrill of the hunt. Like you must be a client. Like, it's like, I'm going to pull, like you pull something out and you're like, this was $2. I could sell this for 50. And like, I can't do that anymore. So it's almost like you're like a caged animal.
I mean, I'm so devastated that we're going to miss, you know, town-wide garage sale season here in Jersey for April and May. You can't even imagine. It's like running through my mind left and right. Couple things stand out. One, you can definitely garage sale in your own home.
Okay.
I think people are, you know, it's unlikely that you have as much stuff as most people because you actually get it. So, you know.
I clean in the house. My husband's like, I don't get used to anything because I know you're going to sell it out from under me. Like,
yeah, I love you for that. So one, and I mean this, really going through everything that's in the house and maybe getting a little bit of that flip life out of your system. But two, I have a little bit of an idea, Linz. I think that you can create a little $15 or $20 course on how, and I think your angle is like flipping and creativity. I think you can put together, you know, an 80, 90 page PDF.
Okay.
Right. And then also layer and then market it like this. Hey, I've created an 85 page book and I'm doing a once a week, 1 hour Zoom or Google Hangout.
Okay.
And it costs $90 and you get the book and you get me for, you know, for 4 sessions or however you want to play it. Maybe you build up the momentum and launch it in a month because it's take you some time to put the PDF together.
Okay.
I think what you do, which is a little bit more Etsy thrift store creative. It's not just what I do, which is like buy stuffed animals, sell stuffed animals.
Yeah.
But, you know,
there's a lot of touches involved.
You're doing a lot of creativity. And the DIY world, you know, I was laughing when you said I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm like, you are an entrepreneur and a creative one. And so my intuition is you have the potential of having a community through your inbox, your email. What I mean by that, your cell phone numbers, your texts. I don't know what you do on social, if you've got a little bit of following anywhere, but I think if you put out like, hey, here's an $89 program where you get an 80 page PDF, 60, 40, 112, and you get 4 1-hour sessions with me live, you know, in the month from mid-April to mid-May. I have a funny feeling you would do really well.
Okay. I just worry because my audience now is like super local to the Jersey Shore, people that I've met at like markets that I've done, and they're like, they're to buy from me, like and then at the same time, I'm like,
yeah, but you don't know how many of them want to be an entrepreneur and want to do what you're doing, and the fact that you're giving away all your best advice and Q&A access, and not to mention that, okay, so Pam in Red Bank sees it, but then she tags her sister Susan in Australia, who's been wanting to do something like this and is creative, and she puts her username in the comments, and then she's the one that actually buys the $89, ebook and access.
Okay.
It is a good point.
And then like in terms of like, I just feel awkward right now, like hawking pieces that I'm working on. Like, yeah.
I think you just write the copy up front, which is like, first and foremost, I hope everybody's healthy. I have no, obviously all of us are going through this struggle. So please, before you even look at this desk, know that I'm super empathetic and care about everybody first and foremost. But at the same token, I'm also trying to provide for my family. And so here's my desk. I think if you write the hedge in the first 2 sentences, I think it will help you.
Okay, cool. I'll give it a shot.
All right. Good luck, Vince.
Thank you so much. Take care.
You got it. Bye-bye. All right, let's keep this going. Polly, thank you so much. Big shout out to Charlie Whitmore with the share. He gets a follow, number 437. Hello.
Buenos dias. Oh my God. Gary, my heart is pounding really fast, and I help people deal with their nerves and their confidence. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. What's your name, darling?
Marissa.
Marissa, nice to meet you.
Maritza Coscarelli. I am the daughter of Dominican immigrants into Washington Heights, the wife of an Italian immigrant himself, came when he was 11. And I knew about you and followed you, dabbled in your work at first. And then I saw you with Sasha this weekend. And you guys just stole my heart. So thank you so much for your authenticity and everything. I am a white chocolate mompreneur. So a Dominican white woman, brown woman, whatever. I don't give a shit. I don't believe in labels. It puts us in boxes. My passion, I came from a background. I was a performing professional ballet and contemporary dancer with Ballet Hispanic of New York and Twyla Tharp and a bunch of great people. That was like volume 1. I married Joe 33 years ago. We became best friends 40 years ago in Parlin, New Jersey. You are in a photo on my nephew's, my best friend's son's Facebook. They ran into you guys recycling in Nutley one day, Michael and Nicholas Licamelli. He's a physical therapist and a carpenter. You remember that?
We were flipping. It was when I was doing Trash Talk. I do remember it.
We're very dear friends. Leslie and I, their mother, are friends since the 3rd grade, and the father's friends with my husband since the 6th grade. Just a little background on the people that we are,
the community,
and why I connect with you. My work then led me to the fitness world, where I was what they call a lifestyle director. I personal trained. I ran spas and fitness centers in luxury condos and hotels in Miami, New York. And I live in Palm Beach now. When we left New York and New Jersey, we were like escaping the 36 first cousins. It was a big deal. My in-laws cried like they were at our funeral. And we built a house near St. Augustine, and I started a little dance studio in my house. And eventually I had a brick and mortar at a Publix plaza, and I had over 250 students. Joe and I have relocated almost 19 times because he's in the auto industry and he became a fixer. Like, I'll fix the dealership, or you'll sell it, or whatever.
I got it.
He's still in that work 32 years later. We've got 2 amazing kids. Alyssa in the city on Instagram, 310K followers.
Wow.
She's a fashion stylist, editor, curator, amazing, 26. Joseph, 31, pop culture music journalist for the New York Times. Diary of a Song he made up for them, FaceTiming with pop artists and their producers on a quick FaceTime that he runs as a video for them, and a Simon & Schuster book deal for him. I fell in love with Tom Levine yesterday, and I emailed him and said, I will be your confidence coach.
I love that.
No charge. And he said, I'll book a call. So we're in touch.
I love that. I love that.
I saw my son and Tom minus minus the love for himself. I gave a keynote at an event a few years ago that changed my coaching business. My business is mccoaching.life. I started it. It should be Maritza Coscarelli Coaching. I get that. That's coming. People know me by name. But what I realized during COVID, to get to my question, how am I building this business? I invested when I had nothing on plastic. I invested in one of the best business coaches and mindset coaches, Fabienne Fredrickson of Bold Heart, who is speaking all of honor to you lately. I was on a live with her, a Q&A Saturday, and she was saying, jab, 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 right hook, like pick it up now. Gary's got me doing a lot more repurposing, and she has a multi-million-dollar business, Fabienne, with Bold Heart. So I invested what I didn't have in that business coach because I was spinning wheels alone, thinking that I'm supposed to be self-sufficient. The